Navigating the R60 bn Shortfall, Strategic Shifts in South Africa's Fiscal Policy. As the South African Treasury faces the daunting task of addressing a R60 bn shortfall, a strategic pivot is on the horizon. The upcoming budget presentation on 12th of March could signal a significant departure from past practices, focusing less on increasing taxes and more on enhancing revenue management and government efficiency. The recently abandoned proposal to increase the VAT rate by 2% showcased the public's resistance to higher taxes and highlighted the limitations of tax-based revenue generation in the current economic climate. South Africa's economy grapples with sluggish growth, high debt levels, and pervasive unemployment, which collectively hinder the success of traditional fiscal strategies. Despite the complexities, the 2024 edition of Tax Statistics revealed that the South African Revenue Service, SARS, collected R2.2 trillion in gross tax revenue last fiscal year, indicating a potential avenue for cautious optimism. Clearly, there's an upward trajectory in revenue collection, yet there's a need for intricate planning in how these funds are allocated and utilized. An additional layer of fiscal responsibility could be introduced by focusing on spending efficiency. Historical and international studies, like the World Bank's examination of Brazil, suggest that significant economic benefits can be derived from optimizing government functionality rather than just slashing budgets or workforce. For South Africa, improving procurement processes, labor management, and educational outputs in governmental departments could be far more beneficial than wage cuts alone. Indeed, for a sustainable fiscal framework, the question is not only about how much money is available, but how wisely it can be spent. Cutting wasteful expenditure and tackling corruption must be at the forefront of the Treasury's strategy to create a leaner, more effective government. Yet, putting such reforms into practice requires more than policy shifts. It demands sustained political will and a commitment to long-term change. The upcoming budget session will be pivotal. Will the measures introduced be sufficient to bridge the gap and set South Africa on a new economic trajectory? Only time will tell if these strategies will result in a fiscal turnaround or if more radical reforms are required. As South Africa stands at this fiscal crossroads, the global and local eyes will remain keenly fixed on how it navigates these challenging economic waters. The decisions made in the coming weeks could very well determine the country's financial stability and economic future. Thank you for choosing Satori News.